Welcome back, everybody, to another show of the Crazy Sasquatch Football Picks and Football Show. Hard to believe we're going into Week 4 already. We'll give a quick recap of Week 3. A few upsets. Brett and I was 10-6 last week. He was 8-8. So it puts us even on the year at 30-18 each after 3 weeks. So pretty much even. We picked in different teams, but right there even. So we're going to go starting in Week 4 here. Just a little bit of a pre-speech before Week 4. Tennessee Titans, Minnesota Vikings. They said a couple players came out of that game with COVID-19 positive for the Titans. Sounds like today, I just heard the Tennessee-Pittsburgh game right here. Maybe move back from Sunday to a Monday-Tuesday game, depending on players and anything like that. So just to be known, Pittsburgh-Tennessee game has been pushed back from Sunday to probably Monday or Tuesday, depending on any more testing and any more players that come back positive tests. So, so far, the NFL's done pretty good at planning and planning for this and stuff. We'll see how this goes now. It's actually some players on the team have it, so we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, we'll get going in Week 4 with our picks and some fantasy players that I think is going to have a good week. So, with that, Game 1 Thursday night, Denver at the Jets. Denver still got some players out. Drew Lock, Sutton's out for the year. Lindsey, I don't know if he's going to be back quite yet. Jets, I think got some banged up receiving core on this team. Denver didn't look too bad with the backup quarterback last week. I think they got the better running backs going into this game. A little healthier maybe. So I'm giving Denver the win over this one. I said it's not, to me, Denver may be a playoff caliber team, but with all the injuries, they're starting to hurt a little bit. Jets probably not, but at any rate, Denver, I'm giving the win. Won't be a lot. Jets aren't that bad on defense, but let's do a 24-17 Jets for my pick on this one.
I chose before the season started, Denver would make the playoffs, tied with the Raiders. So far, Raiders going in the way I predicted, but Denver, they don't look like the team I imagined, but I still think they will beat the Jets. Jets got rid of their strong safety from last year that was probably the main reason why their defense was mostly good.
He's the one who went to Seattle.
I think it would come down to a last-second field goal.
24-21, he has Denver winning. Second game of the week, Arizona Cardinals at Carolina. Carolina, I think, pulled a little bit of an upset over San Diego over the Chargers last week. Arizona got upset by the Detroit Lions. So I think these teams are still kind of finding their identity a little bit yet. Carolina, you're going to be without your number one running back yet for another week or two probably yet. Arizona, I think you're looking pretty healthy. I'm not seeing too much come off your screen. Arizona's secondary is not the greatest, but Bridgewater, I don't know if he has some decent receivers. I don't think they can burn them quite like Detroit did with their top wide receivers and Matt Stafford. So I think it's going to be a little closer game. And I'm giving Arizona the win at this one. Let's go 28-21 Arizona. Carolina's going to score in this one, guys. Through the air a little bit, but
I think Arizona does have the better offense. I think Carolina has maybe a slightly better defense. But Arizona went against I wouldn't say bad defensive team with Detroit, but their offense is kind of underrated. They are very good. But Arizona at Carolina, I think it's going to be a close game. Maybe a last-second field goal or not.
Close from here. You have to go right in the crack.
27-24. I think it's going to come down to the last drive of Carolina. They don't have McCaffrey, and I think Arizona would stop them on the very last drive.
All right, Indianapolis at Chicago. Chicago pulled a little bit of an upset. Brett and I both had Chicago beating the Falcons last week, and guess what? They did. Granted, they had to switch quarterbacks. I don't know if Trubisky could have pulled it out. Foles came in and did pull it out. So going forward, Foles, running back that got hurt. Cohen. Bears lost their little special weapons running back in Cohen. I think it's going to hurt a little bit of the little, drop off dink passes to him. We'll see who they get. Maybe anybody to replace him. Otherwise, I think David Montgomery. I think he's just fine to do that kind of stuff. Patterson may get a little more. Cordell Patterson may get a little more action in the backfield. Indy, I've not been real impressed. T.Y. Hilton's not. I'm seeing him drop by many teams on the fantasy league. He's not getting the throws to him. Doyle, the tight end, I think is a little bit banged up. Jonathan Jacobs' running game looks good. Chicago's defense, though, I think is going to slow that down. Phillip Rivers, with that Bears rush, I don't think he's going to get the ball. If it kind of go back Matt Ryan, he's going to be running for his life back there. I think it's going to be another close game for the Bears. They've had 3 close ones. I think this could be another close one, but I think the defense is going to trump on this one. Foles, I think, is going to manage the game. Indy's going to score a little bit because of their running game. I can't see their passing game doing a whole lot. So, probably like a 17. I can see the Bears scoring 21, like a 28.
The Bears, with Foles, 3 touchdowns and an interception. That first interception should have been a touchdown. If wide receiver and a defender catch the ball at the same time and hit the ground in the end zone, that's a touchdown for the wide receiver. But Foles should have 4 touchdowns in that game. And as soon as he went in, their defense played better. I think 3 3-and-outs. Their offense looked way better. Bigger plays. They weren't dropping any passes. Anthony Miller dropped 1 touchdown pass. But with Foles, they look like 5 times the team. And I think against Indy, they'll show that Foles is actually, even if Foles has a good game, they'll say a struggling Indy defense. But 31-17.
All right, next game, Jacksonville at Cincinnati. Jacksonville kind of laid an egg a little bit last week, I think, at Miami. The rookie running back they got, though, scored 2 touchdowns. I would definitely play him this week. Get that Jacksonville running back in there. He's getting about all the touches. I like the receivers on Jacksonville. Minshew, I think, just kind of had an off game last week. I think he's going to come back. I don't know if Cincinnati's defense has got enough to stop it. A lot of defenses are going right in the front right in front of the offense on Cincinnati until Burrows can show that he can beat them down the field. That's going to limit Mixon and Bernard's, the running back for Cincinnati, is going to limit their rushing yards because Jacksonville's going to put guys up front saying, hey, beat us with your rookie quarterback until Burrows can show that he can win down the field with, AJ and some of his other wide receivers. I think defenses are going to push up front and limit Mixon and come after Burrows more. I think Jacksonville can do that. They got kind of clobbered by Dolphins last week, but I think Jacksonville will come back on this one. Another tight game. It'll be a good game, but I think right now I actually traded Mixon. I had Mixon on my team. He's one of my top draft picks. I actually traded him off because I'm just seeing defenses come right in and say, beat us with a pass or we're stopping your running game, and that's what they're doing. And Jacksonville's got the running game right now to do it along with the wide receivers. So I'm going 24. He'll get some. 24-17, Jacksonville.
Both of these teams don't have the greatest defenses. Their offenses surprise a few people. I think they have pretty even offenses and pretty even defenses. Maybe Cincinnati is a slightly better slightly better defensive line because they have can't think of his name, but it starts with an A. But Jacksonville got rid of Campbell. Is that his name?
Fournette, Campbell, they got rid of a lot of players.
But their running back is doing good. Cincinnati maybe has a slightly better defense, and it's at Cincinnati, so I think Cincinnati will win this one. Watch, you traded Mixon away for Jacksonville's running back.
I did.
And Mixon's probably going to get 1,000 points.
Yeah, I did. I traded Mixon away along with a couple other players for Jacksonville's running back. And we'll see. And I actually played that guy this week. I traded him 2 weeks ago and I actually played him this week. So see if he comes back. See how that trade comes back and haunt me, or see if my running back for Jacksonville can beat my old running back in Mixon. So Cleveland at Dallas. Cleveland, I don't think their offense is really happy. Baker Mayfield's not really hitting Beckham down the field a lot. The running game's awesome between Chubb and Hunt. Cleveland's got one heck of a running game. Dallas has got a running game too with Elliott. I think where Dallas wins this one is Ezekiel Elliott. I think Dak Prescott's going to have a heck of a game with all his wide receiver cores. You got 3 top wide receivers to me on the Dallas's offense. They've been good. I just can't see. Cleveland's going to score with their running backs. I think Dallas is going to outscore them through the air with their wide receivers. So I think it'll be a close game, a high scoring game. Maybe like 28 to 32, 28-32. I got Dallas winning it.
Cleveland, Baker Mayfield, maybe against Bengals, which below average defense, he looked good. But any other team that's average or above, he's not good. Dallas actually surprised me this year. They actually have a pretty good defense. Better offense than I thought. I have Dallas winning this 34 to maybe 17.
New Orleans at Detroit. New Orleans has laid a couple eggs in the last couple weeks. I didn't expect them to lose 2 weeks ago. I thought they'd put up a little more fight against Green Bay. They kind of didn't. Detroit came back and won against Arizona. Detroit's got Adrian Peterson. New Orleans got Kamara. Sounds like Thomas may be back. I think he's questionable yet. I think Thomas will probably get back for New Orleans. New Orleans needs a win. They're a playoff caliber team. They've lost 2 in a row. They have to get back on track. I think this is a must win for New Orleans. I think Breeze is going to see it. I think Thomas will probably play. Keep an eye on those questionable versus doubtful or probable list coming into Friday, Saturday. I think he'll probably play. Detroit's got 2 top wide receivers, but I think New Orleans is getting some of the defensive guys back. Apple, some of the other guys are coming back on defense. I think New Orleans is going to have a little better defense, probably a little bit better passing game going in. Arizona couldn't stop Detroit's passing game. I think New Orleans can slow it down. This could be another tough fought one, but I think New Orleans is it's a have to win for them, even though Detroit's going to be a fighter in this one. Detroit's going to be a fighter. They're a better team than most people think, being that what they got with their wide receivers and a running back and Stafford. This will be a shoot 'em out, guys. Probably like a 38 to 35. If I can write my 5. 38 to 35 New Orleans. It's going to be a close one, high scoring game. Get your players in on this one. If you got anybody on either team, they're going to put some points up.
How do you spell
This
that?
way, you can see it. So what he's put is if Thomas plays.
If Thomas plays, New Orleans is going to win. If he doesn't, Detroit is going to win.
There you go. He got 34-31. New Orleans. If Thomas plays, if Thomas doesn't play, should I give him a win or loss on this? We'll see who wins the game and if Thomas plays and how we rate this next week on our week 5 schedule. Minnesota at Houston. Minnesota. Ouch, not playing quite how they should be. Brett's predicted them not be a very good team at all.
I'm right.
Houston, I don't think they've clicked. I think they're missing that top wide receiver they lost to Arizona. I think the other wide receivers need to step up. I know Brandon Cooks has been hurt. I believe he's coming back this week.
Cobb did good last week.
Cobb's done really well. So, the rookie from Minnesota impressed me, Justin Jefferson. I got him on my team. I didn't play him last week. I'm probably going to play him this week. I don't think Houston has a defense to stop the air game, the running game, but Minnesota's defense has not looked good. And Deshaun Watson with his wide receivers and running game keep up with Minnesota's. I think, you got J.J. Watt here, Minnesota, and a fly. The fly's picking Houston here, guys. He flew away very fastly. This is a tough one. This is going to be like a coin flip type of game, guys. Let's see. Heads Minnesota. Oh, we got Minnesota.
You got a loss there for next week.
34-31, Minnesota finally squeaks one out. Very, very squeaky.
What teams has Houston faced so far?
So far, Houston has faced in week 3. We need some. Where's the elevator music? Sing for us, Brett, till I find Houston here. Pittsburgh. That was week 3. Baltimore. Ouch. Week 2. So, and
Kansas City?
I believe so. Yes, Kansas City.
So 3 playoff teams, 3 championship teams they faced and barely lost. Going against a team that got blown out by the Colts a couple weeks ago, I think Houston is going to beat Minnesota. Minnesota, way worse than everyone thought, except for me. They've actually been a little worse than I thought. 34, Deshaun Watson's going to have a very good game. 24, I only have it this close because the running game, Cook did good last week. Kirk Cousins, he has 6 interceptions, 5 touchdowns. They're not going to pass that much.
All right, Seattle at Miami. Russell Wilson's playing off the charts right now. 40-50 fantasy points per game.
I have them.
Made it?
He was my first draft pick.
I actually picked him first round. Miami looked pretty good against Jacksonville, but Jacksonville's not Seattle. Seattle's not Jacksonville.
Russell Wilson gave me 80 points this week.
Yeah, Russell Wilson, I'd have him playing. Thing is, Carson's hurt. I think Carson's going to miss a game or 2. Can Carlos Hyde pick up the running game for Seattle? Wilson may be doing a lot more throwing here, but he's got the wide receivers to do so. I've been impressed with Metcalf. Holy cow, he's a big dude. DK Metcalf, guys, you got him. If you don't have him, get him. Miami, I just can't see staying up with this defense. Seattle, I think Carson's going to hurt a little bit. I'm going to take the score down a little bit because of the missing Carson.
They're going to pass for more. I don't think they have 1 rushing touchdown yet.
28-17 for Miami.
Seattle, Russell Wilson, and fantasy point-wise, 42, 45, 55. It's not like NFL fantasy. But against Miami, Seahawks have gone against, I think, above average teams. I know they faced Rams, or they faced Dallas last week.
No, Baltimore. No, I'm sorry, not Baltimore. Yeah, it was Dallas. And then, who did he have a heck of a game against a couple weeks before that? Looking here.
Well, all I know is he goes against a team, any team, and he just plays amazing. 41 in Miami, going against the best middle linebacker and best strong safety in the league. (41-17).
These are on our cheat sheet, guys. Just weeks 1 through 17. We don't do a whole lot of research. We just go by watch what we saw in the games and fly by the seat of our pants. So, Chargers at Tampa Bay. Um, Tom Brady at home looked pretty dang good. What's the top wide receiver for New England? Or not New England. Jeez, about it. Tampa Bay, huh?
Mike Evans?
No, the other one. Sort of the G.
I know who you're talking about.
Godwin. I did read an article today that Godwin is hurt. I'm not sure how severe. I think Tampa Bay may be without Godwin this week, but with Mike Evans, with the tight ends, I know Tom Brady has a pretty good running game now here. Fournette, I think Fournette's going to be the number one guy here. I think Robert Jones, I think he's going to be the number two guy. I think Fournette's number one now in this running attack for Tampa Bay. Chargers, you got a bad team. You got a rookie, though, going against a pretty decent secondary, a young secondary in Tampa Bay, but they make some mistakes. But Tampa Bay's young secondary has impressed me a little bit. Chargers got a pretty good dang defense, though. I mean, they give Russell Wilson. It was Russell Wilson. No, it was Kansas City. Mahomes. They gave him all he can handle here a couple weeks ago. So I think Chargers got a pretty good defense. Tampa Bay's going to squeak it out, though. 21-24. I think Tampa Bay's going to miss Godwin a little bit because he did well for him last week, but I think he's hurting.
I think it would be 17-24 Tampa Bay. Chargers actually are better than I thought. Tampa Bay, their offense improved very much since week 1. Tom Brady, he's finally in the scheme of the team, if that makes sense. But I think he's gonna have a good game this game against the Chargers. It is gonna be a close game though.
Pittsburgh at Tennessee. Pittsburgh, Roethlisberger, I think the first few games had a little rust. He's been looking pretty good ever since. Tennessee, Henry's he finally got on track a little bit last week. First couple weeks, not so much. Pittsburgh, one heck of a defense. I think all their wide receivers back. I think Juju was a little banged up, but I think he'll probably play this week. Connors is doing pretty well. Tennessee's no slouch on defense, but Pittsburgh's got a better one. I think Pittsburgh's got a few more weapons. So I'm giving Pittsburgh the victory here. 28-21.
I also have Pittsburgh winning 34-31. I just think Pittsburgh is a better team overall, better defense, better offense, maybe not better rushing team, but I do think they are a better team than the Titans. I think they will beat the Titans in this game 34-31.
All right, Baltimore at Washington. Major upset? Not. Baltimore looked pretty good, except when they play Kansas City. They just kind of, I don't know. Maybe just the color red, but in Washington, they should do good at Washington. But Baltimore's defense, I think, is going to come back on this one. I can't see Washington stopping the running game or the passing game much. Washington will probably put up a little bit of a fight, but I think their number one draft pick on defense, I believe he's hurt. That's going to hurt their defense a lot. So this could be not a very fun game. If I can write, I would write 34, maybe 10. 34-10. I just can't see Washington scoring a lot on this team, and I think Baltimore knows it's a must-win game.
Baltimore at Washington, I think this is a pretty easy game to predict. 31-17. Lamar Jackson, he's probably going to do read option a lot and just keep the ball, run for touchdowns. I think even though Washington has surprised me with their defensive line, I don't think they can stop Jackson.
Giants at the Rams. Giants lost Barkley. Freeman's not quite up to speed yet. Rams came back on a very good Buffalo's defense. Buffalo pulled it off in the last few minutes with a touchdown. I can't see Giants doing that. Giants got some decent wide receivers. I think the running game's not quite there. Rams got a pretty good running game with Henderson.
Freeman's probably going to get all the running back snaps now.
Getting close. Rams, I think, going to throw some more. Might be closer than some people think, but maybe like a 17, 21, 24 Rams.
I think this game is going to be a little closer than people predict, but I have the Rams 34, Giants 27. I mean, Giants a little better than I predicted. Rams a lot better than I predicted. I think Rams are going to get this win. I think that's about a touchdown and a field goal, or just a touchdown. Maybe last drive, like I predicted one of those over there.
New England at Kansas City. It's going to be a fun game to watch, guys. Cam Newton against Mahomes. Cam Newton's been running the ball a lot, running the ball in for touchdowns. Guess what other team does that? Baltimore. Guess what Kansas City did to Baltimore last week? They stopped that. Cam Newton's a little bigger guy, but slower. Baltimore, I think, has better receivers than what New England does. I think Baltimore had a better running game than what New England does. New England has a good defense. I think Kansas City has enough weapons with the running backs, the tight ends, the wide receivers. New England's going to fall on this one. Granted, it's going to be a fun game to watch, but like 24-31. Be close, but I think Kansas City's going to pull it off. Kansas City may score a little bit more in this, but that New England defense will slow them down.
I have Kansas City winning this one. I just think they have a better offense, and maybe, I do think they have a better offense and defense. Maybe 28-24. Maybe that like a last drive against Seattle. Fourth down, maybe like 4th and goal. Kansas City stops Cam Newton from running into the end zone for a game-winning touchdown.
Buffalo at the Raiders. Buffalo about blew it against the Rams last week, but ended up coming back. Josh Allen is my starting quarterback. I drafted him, putting up some awesome points for me this year. I don't think the Raiders are quite a Rams team. Josh Jacobs is going to have his rushing yards, probably around the 80 mark. I don't think Derek Carr can outduel the Buffalo's defense. I don't think they get the wide receivers to do that, whereas the Rams did, or almost did. Buffalo's got a running game, they got the passing game, they got the defense. Raiders, I don't think quite has the defense or the passing game to pull this one off. As long as they keep it close, Jacobs is going to run and get his rushing yards. But by the second half, I see Buffalo starting to pull away. He's putting up a lot of points. 34, like 24. Buffalo.
Buffalo Raiders. I think this is going to be a very close game. I can see it going either way. It's at the Raiders. The Raiders did beat New Orleans, but they didn't have Thomas. But against Buffalo's running backs may not be the best. Raiders, I don't know. It could go either way. I'm just going at 24-21. I think 24-21 could go either way, though.
Philadelphia at San Fran. San Fran's kind of walking wounded, but the way it sounds, they may be getting their quarterback back, maybe getting their top tight end back. They may be getting some guys back this week. Philadelphia's not looked the prettiest. I think Deshaun Jackson's banged up. So, Philadelphia, if San Fran can stop Miles Sanders and Wentz, which they can, you lost Bosa. Sorry, guys. But I think San Fran's still got the defense and possibly bringing back the weapons on offense, where Philly's not gonna stop them. It should be a close game, probably like a 20, 24, 28. San Fran's win. San Fran's not back to 100% yet, but they're still got a good enough core team to pull this one off.
I feel like this is going to be a very low-scoring game. But Philly, they don't even look like close to the team which I predicted. I predicted playoffs, first team in their division. I think they're undefeated. I mean, they have no wins right now, right?
Philly, I don't think so. Remember up that man.
I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game. I don't think any of their offenses will pick up throughout the game, but San Francisco will win.
All right, Monday Night Football. Well, you may have another Monday night game here with Pittsburgh, Tennessee, or Tuesday, but the real Monday night game, Atlanta at Green Bay. Green Bay's unbeaten. Atlanta 0-3. Atlanta had a couple big collapses against Dallas, and then the Bears. Their defense is just not staying with it the whole four quarters, guys. To make the third quarter hits or ends in the fourth quarter, they're done. Green Bay's got the passing attack to attack Atlanta's lack of secondary. I mean, Atlanta's not that bad. They just need to play the full four quarters. I can see Julio Jones coming back this game. I think Atlanta will have their full arsenal of weapons on offense, which is going to give Green Bay a run for the money. But Green Bay's secondary is going to hold up, where I don't know if Atlanta's secondary will. I saw Atlanta burn the Bears with a couple deep passes last week. You put Julio Jones out there, you're going to separate that defense even more. This could be a close one, guys. Atlanta can't lose another one. They go 0-4 to start the season. I mean, this is a have-to win for Atlanta. I just hate seeing them lose another one, but unless they can get that defense to play all four quarters and not collapse, and after last week doing it a second time in a row, they got to come back fighting or the air's out of the balloon. I hate to say it. Green Bay, they got a decent defense, guys. They could stop or at least slow down Matt Ryan and his wide receivers and running attack. Gurley, you get the power back. They got another running back I just picked up. He's kind of the receiving running back. He impressed me against the Bears. I did pick him up for a roster pickup. I think Green Bay has too much firepower. I know Atlanta's going to be on the hot seat of winning this one. They're going to try everything they can. I just don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to allow them to do it, burning that secondary by the fourth quarter. I mean, it may be a close game up to that third quarter, that fourth quarter. If it's close, I just can't see it happening, guys. I'm sorry. I don't really want to see Atlanta go 0-4, but I give Green Bay the win by a field goal.
These two teams, whenever they match up, are pretty close. Atlanta, Matt Ryan was the last throw he threw. He would have made any other time he threw that, but their running game looked better. Their passing game looked good. I think that they're in the top 3 of scoring, or top 3 in offense in total. But Green Bay, the only thing, if their defensive tackle that got injured, I think week 1 is back in, they will win this. But if he's not in, Packers will get Packers middle linebackers and defense will bite against the play action and pass to Julio Jones or Calvin Ridley like they did against the Bears. If their defensive tackle plays, Green Bay is winning this in a very high-scoring game. But if he doesn't, Atlanta will win 34-31.
So that's week 4's picks. We touched on fantasy players a little bit. Who players you think you should get in? See some of these high-scoring games. Get your offensive players in on these games, guys. Points is points. Low-scoring game, I usually don't put my players in. I think if I got a low-scoring game, because they're not going to put a lot of fantasy points up. So high-scoring games, get some of your players in there. So another episode from the Crazy Sasquatch Show. We'll see you guys in week 5. See how we do. Good luck, everybody.